it with Kay and Clay. Kicking it with Kay and Clay. Kicking it with Kay and Clay. Kicking it with Kay and Clay. Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks again for tuning in to Kicking It with Kay and Clay. I am your girl Kay Marie, and thank you so much. So I don't know if you saw on our platform, social media platforms, like on Facebook and Instagram, we are now on Pandora. Yay! Y'all look, Pandora, it's so much to be approved by them. You know, normally when you have a podcast, you submit your RSS feed, to the various platforms. You know, a lot of times it's no approval, except for like the iHeartRadio. But Pandora, I waited on that one only because I just did not feel like going through all of that, but I did. So we are now on every streaming platform. And we are just a show that we like to bring the issues of our community, especially our culture, to the forefront. We like to have fun too. And we just like to kick it and bring you information that you need. And then again, on every fifth Wednesday, we bring to you a artist that you should know about, whether they are a singer, a poet, a writer, any type of creative, because me being a creative myself, I like to highlight those who are various creatives as well, give them some shine on the platform and everything. And I really like that aspect of our podcast. So today we're talking about continuing our series on transitions. And this series has been very, very informative, as are most of our series, all of our series, our topics. And transitions is just something that is inevitable, that we go through in life. It's a major life change. And today I want to talk about those who might be thinking about transitioning to the vegan lifestyle, those who want to know more about it. Because me, myself, before I bring my guest on, I eat vegan from time to time. Now, I know me personally, I probably could not do it full time. That's me. That's me. Because I'm sorry. I like different, I do like meat. I'm sorry. I like to cut it out and not eat too much of it, but I do enjoy a good vegan dish. And we have a lot of vegan restaurants here in Michigan. And so I'm excited about this topic. I am excited about our guest today. And without further ado, let me introduce her. So Chef Chicoye is a young entrepreneur of Haitian descent who specializes in vegan, plant-based foods and desserts. Hey, let me just stop right there. You're going to want to go to her Instagram. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. Okay. I'm really looking forward to eating a vegan cupcake because I love cupcakes, but the pictures on her Instagram is gorgeous. Okay. And we're going to have her information, her link tree information on the screen. And those who are listening only, that I'll give you that information later on. Okay. So she has been a part of the plant-based lifestyle for over 7 years and is always excited to share her experience. Previously employed at vegan cafes, she now focuses on special orders, farmers markets, and events with treats from Buku Vegan, a company she started to satisfy all your cravings. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I am welcoming Jenny Chicoye. How are you?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you. I'm super excited and very, very happy to be a part of this right now.
Yay, I am so excited that you chose to take time out your busy schedule and to be with us today. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure.
And like always, my audience knows that Instagram is that deal for networking. So this is yet another guest, you all, that I found on Instagram. I just did like a search. I put in like a hashtag search, like vegan chefs. of course, there's a lot of people that came up. But I don't know. It was just something about Jenny. I was like, I want to know more about. I want to know more. And especially it's something that the type of whisper you are. I was like, oh, I want to know more about. That is interesting. Okay, all right. And we'll get into that later. All right. So Jenny, what made you go into and transition into the vegan lifestyle 7 years ago?
So I'm gonna try to make this a long story short. I'm not very good at that hashtag, but so essentially my mom, who I'm very, very close with, she got sick with 2 different types of cancers.
Wow.
And yeah, it was really devastating. I was living in New York at this time, and she was out here in Orlando, Florida. And I was like, I need to be down here. So I came down and witnessed what she was going through, but she decided that she wanted to take matters into her own hands, kind of like help to alleviate all the ailments, and just really heal herself naturally. And so she went, not even just like vegan, she went raw vegan. So she was cooking her food, just like lightly sauteing, doing a lot of fermented foods and stuff. So I witnessed that, and then it made me think, what are a lot of the underlying things within that. So I did research for legitimately 3 days and 3 nights, just Pinterest, YouTube, Google, you name it, just seeing what the pros and the cons were on both sides of the spectrum. So once I really learned about all the things that they were kind of hiding from us with the government, with, food deserts, and just like how they treat the animals, and how the agriculture is really just harming our planet, our only home. So I was like, you know what? I think it's about that time. So just like that, I was like, I'm done. And I transitioned. Yep.
So cold turkey, pretty much.
Legit, no pun intended.
All right. Wow, was that difficult?
For me, honestly, I would say that it wasn't difficult. I felt like it was only as difficult as I would allow it to be, because with all the research that I did and all the information that I learned, even in that like short time span, I still like dug deep, and I'm a researcher. So I want to make sure, that it's the right thing for me, and I'm not just like doing it just to do it.
Exactly. Because it's the end thing to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure that it was really right for me, and for what I wanted to align myself with. And once I did all that research, I was like, all right. And because of that, I was like, I can't allow this to be super difficult. So I just honestly lived on Google. Like I would Google, is this vegan? Is that vegan? How to do this vegan? And it taught me to be very self-reliant. I didn't have any help. Like nobody decided to go vegan with me. Everybody.
You were the only one in your family, was aside from your mom.
Friends, family, everyone. So they would always ask me like, and then coming from the Haitian background, like everybody's like, oh, would you have to have meat? And I'm just like, I've eaten it for a very long time. I don't need it anymore, but thank you. But now the same ones that were telling me that, they're like, we've decided to cut down a lot. It's a beautiful thing to see that, other people are like, I think it's probably good if I cut back a little bit more.
It is, and I know me myself, I think we all seen that one documentary on Netflix.
Yep, with the health or something. Yeah.
Yes. And, I was just like, oh my God. And I've always prided myself, well, not always, but like within the last maybe like 6 years, like I pride myself on, eating clean, more healthy, organic, farmers market, that type of thing. And like I said in the intro, I knew for me, and and my loved one, like my fiance, it's hard to some things, you're used to different things. Like even though we both want to cut down and have been cut down on like red meat, and like I said, like some vegan dishes I love, and I do like no meat a few times a week. That's my goal anyway. So.
That's great. And to go on to that, like I always tell people, like, I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to like chastise you for not being vegan. My goal is to educate. And then you do what you want with it. And as long as I can kind of help to answer questions or talk to you about it and make that, like, even if it's not a transition, but just make it a little easier for you, and that's what I'm here for. Like, I'm not here to, that's the word. I'm not here to convince anybody. Like, I've been doing it. I can help anyone. I can talk to anyone. And because I've done it for so long, and I still believe that, like, and people are like, oh my gosh, you've been vegan forever. And I'm like, there's people that were born like this, or like started a long time ago. And I feel like I'm late in the game, but I'm just happy to be here, really.
So it's like for you, is it like one of those things like, how come I didn't do this sooner?
Yeah, it was. And I can say though, when I did first become vegan, I was one of those kind of preachy vegans because, well, for me, it was like I have this gold and I'm trying to share it with you. Like, why don't you want any of it? Like, I'm trying to tell you what they're hiding from us and what they're putting into the foods, and why now all of a sudden organic's such a big deal, and how all these different, like, I was just thinking about it the other day, like all these companies now, they're coming out with like a cleaner alternative. Yeah. What were you putting in it before? Yeah. Like, you had to switch up your formula.
Right.
You know, it's just starting to think about those kind of things that really just resonated with me. And I was like, how do you not want to know about this? So I came off as like preachy and angry and judgy. And I get that. And now I'm just like, listen, what you eat don't make me So that's what
you know what? And that's, you know, that's because it's something that was new to you. Like you say, you've gotten your research and you just want people to experience what you're experiencing, you know, and that's all it is. I think we've all been there with something, you know, like something new that we done, you know, like me, myself, I'm a Christian. So, you know, like when you first come into it, you know, you want to, you know, tell everybody about, you know, and the way that you go about doing it is like, okay, bring it down a notch.
Yeah,
you know,
and
bring
you
it
don't
down
realize that it could actually deter people from either wanting to talk to you or thinking like that's all that you're about, and oh, here she goes again. So, you know, so I was like, you know what? If you want to know, you'll come to me. And, you know, like I tell people too, if I go somewhere, and this was like when I first started going vegan, and now, like I watched one documentary and they said something along the terms of, you know, instead of saying, I can't have that, I can have that steak. I can have those wings. I can eat those ribs. I'm choosing not to. So once you kind of switch that like mentality and make it so that way you're not putting restrictions on yourself, it makes it a lot easier for you to be able to open yourself up to veganism or plant-based or anything along those terms. So I think that a lot of people feel that it's restricted, like it's a restriction.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's like you're thinking about all the things that you have to give up or all the things that you can't eat versus, you know, what's really beneficial for you. Yeah.
Absolutely. And, you know, like I went through this kind of phase where, you know, when I was younger, you know, going out and having fun and, you know, you want to get something to eat late at night, there's no options. And so then you start getting mad, like about being vegan. And then I'm just like, no, like, I don't want to be mad about that. Like I should be mad that they're not having better options. Or instances like that, or just, you know, whatever the reason, traveling and you need something, a quick bite or something like some type of substance. So, you know, you start to change your mentality a little bit and allow it to just be a little easier. And then especially now it's so much more convenient.
It is.
Compared to even just 7 years ago. Like I would go to restaurants and they would just be like, well, it's gluten-free. And I'm just like, those are two different words, but
right.
So, you know, but it's people are opening up more to it. They are more receptive to it and understanding. And just like how you say that you've cut back and you don't eat it as much, you go meatless, like that's really the goal. Is cut back, and then eventually you might say, you know what, I don't want this anymore. And even if you don't, at least you know what you're doing for your body. And then, especially with the environment and all that. So just keeping all of those things in mind and in what your intentions are and what you want to do.
Yeah, I agree. So do you find it, I know a lot of vegans that I know. Do you find it hard, like when you go over friends or family houses, do you find yourself bringing your own food? Or because a lot of people, like especially like for a big family dinner, holiday or whatever celebration, and like the average person, they're not really gonna have any too much of anything. Did you find that like in the beginning or even now?
Honestly, I think it's expected of me to bring something at this point. Like if I come empty-handed, then it's a problem. So, because I make, the desserts and everything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of known, like, I'm pretty sure Jenny's going to bring something. So, but before, maybe like in my second or third year, I don't know, I would just either eat before or just bring snacks. Like I love me some snacks. So have just little things, or if I knew that we wanted to go somewhere for dinner, I would research ahead and just be like, hey, can you guys be considerate and include me in that? Because I don't want to just eat French fries, and I'm not a girl. Like, I'm not going to go to a restaurant and order a salad. Like, that's not me. I'll make a salad at home. But yeah, so I would just plan ahead. That's really what it is.
Okay.
Planning ahead.
What do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions about being a vegan?
I think the biggest misconception is that we don't have a great variety of food. I'm still surprised to see how many people still think that, like, I don't know if they live under a rock or something, but they just don't know that essentially everything you can eat, you can make it vegan. Like there's a vegan thing for it or replacement for it. Like there's vegan steak, there's vegan chicken, there's vegan cheese, there's vegan mayonnaise, there's vegan ice cream. And a lot of the other common misconception too is that there's a lot of people that are actually like lactose intolerant. Like my sister-in-law, she cannot have dairy. Like she breaks out in hives. It's just not nice, but she's not necessarily vegan. So, she goes somewhere, she can't have cake if somebody's, or anything with dairy in it. So, but she's not necessarily vegan. And then people like vegan ice cream, it doesn't have any dairy in it. So you could still eat it, but and not necessarily be vegan, but you can't have dairy. So that would be an alternative. So I would say that that's one of the common misconceptions, is that we just like eat leaves and grass.
Right. Just go outside and just chew on a stick or something. Right.
Right. Like, no.
So I know, was it, because I like flavor.
Absolutely.
So did you find it like hard to go from, because I love cheese, like all that kind of stuff. So but like a vegan cheese, and like you said, like a vegan steak, even though it's not the real thing, but like how do that taste?
Well, honestly, I think it's only going to taste as good as you make it. It's one of those things, like I tell people all the time, right? If you have a chicken and, you're going to have chicken, whether it's baked chicken, fried chicken, stewed chicken, whatever the case, you're going to clean it, of course, and then you're going to marinate it, and then you're going to season it. If you just take that chicken and just throw it in the oven or just fry it like that or bake it like that, it's not going to taste good. It's not going to be satisfying. So it's that flavor, the seasonings that you add to that is what makes it taste better than what it is. And that's with anything. So instead of using that chicken, you keep those seasonings, of course, making sure it's all plant-based, and you use that for whatever vessel you're going to use to cook. So whether it's mushrooms or jackfruit or seitan is really big, and tempeh, you would just use those same seasonings that you know and love, and just apply it to something different. Because I am huge on flavor. Like and you know, it's not just veganism. You can go to a restaurant and it's just like, what is that? So I feel like, you know, flavor is universal. It should be on everything. And everything that you are consuming, there should be some type of flavor there.
Yeah, that is a chef. Okay, by you being a chef, what would you say is your favorite dish to make?
I would say, you know, I get asked this a lot, and I feel like I change it every so often. I would say a fettuccine Alfredo. It's a cauliflower-based Alfredo, and it's creamy and it's smooth, and you would not even know that it's not like actual Alfredo.
Really?
Yeah. And then I do, like, you know how there's the chicken parm? I would do an eggplant parm, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's not like chicken, of course, but it's
right.
Great flavor and a nice crisp to it with some marinara sauce. It's pretty delectable.
So those who are vegan, so maybe they're like, okay, I need to step it up a notch. So, you know, I need some flavor in my food. So what are some spices and herbs would you suggest in, you know, making a dish flavorful?
One of my favorite seasonings is smoked paprika.
Oh, I love smoked paprika.
There's just something about it that just brings out the flavor. And also salt. Like, I feel like, you know, onion powder is great, but if you don't have enough salt, it's not gonna bring out the other flavors. So definitely.
So what about those who have like high blood pressure and can't do too much salt?
Absolutely. Then of course you would definitely have to tweak it a little bit. Maybe add. There is something that is. It's like no salt. You'd have to. It exists. It's not salt, but it adds saltiness to that you're eating. But it doesn't hurt people's levels
Pressure
and all that stuff. But smoked paprika, and I do love onion powder. I don't know what it is, but I just love onion powder. And oregano too. Oregano is really, really great.
Yeah, I like oregano. I love spices. I can go into the spice shop here and just go crazy. I love spices and herbs. I just do.
I know, same.
So do you have like or in the future, do you have some type of cookbook coming out or something?
I do want to have a cookbook. I would like to have like an ebook or something along those terms. And then maybe even like add that with a YouTube channel or something.
Yes.
Things. But that is definitely something that's been on my heart and my mind. I just have to sit down because my problem is I don't measure like anything.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'd have to actually like take the time to like weigh everything out, weigh it out. But then people are like, why don't you just like stay true to yourself and tell people like add a handful of this and that. I just gotta have to see because I know that there are some people that don't mind, but then I know a handful that are like, no. I need to know like to the teaspoon.
Yeah.
And it's very,
you know, you can't please everybody all the time.
Exactly. That's my problem is I'm trying to figure that balance, but you know, I just got to do what works at the end of the day. So definitely.
So your company, tell us about that.
So Buku Vegan, I started it a few years ago. And it's completely vegan, plant-based. I do all types of vegan desserts. I specialize also in Haitian food and also a different array of food. But the Haitian vegan scene out here doesn't exist. So I'm slowly getting my name and my flavor and taste out there. But I do an assortment of like, I call them buku jars, which are cakes in a jar. And I do carrot cake, which is what I'm known for. It is my specialty. People hunt me down for it.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. Red velvet. I do a chocolate cake with like a Biscoff buttercream, which is a cookie butter. And I also do different types of brownies and cookie cakes. I also do special orders. So if somebody had a birthday or like a just because wanted a or they wanted a dessert of some sort, then I do that. Events and pop-ups and stuff. So Buku just engulfs everything. And I want to do like a subscription box for desserts. to send to people because I've been sending them here and there around like New
Okay,
York.
I was just about to ask you, do you ship out?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. I'm
And
gonna need
for,
when we're done too.
huh?
I said I'm gonna need your address when we're done too.
Oh, okay. All right. So for those again, her desserts and food, go on her Instagram, but you can link through go through her website. It take you to like all of her social medias and what have you. It's Linktree, linktr.ee/Buku Vegan, BUKUVEGAN. Okay, so go to her website and go to her Instagram and check it out because it looks delicious. It really does. It looks delicious. And again, so when I was searching, I was like, okay, Miss Cannabis Whisperer, tell us about that.
So I've been a cannabis connoisseur.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Well, not really, but I've been an advocate for many, many years. I am also a medical marijuana patient because it's not recreational out here yet.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I know. So hopefully it'll happen.
Okay.
I think it's going to be on the ballot in 2022, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah, we just got it here not too long
No,
ago in Michigan.
I know. Lucky. But yeah, so I actually got a job at a medical marijuana dispensary, and I was just really trying to absorb as much information as I could, because before I was just smoking just because it was there and just to smoke, and it helped me with like my back pains, my anxiety and stress. But I wanted to really understand what it was. Working there allowed me to really be really hands-on versus just watching YouTube videos, which it's great, but I was actually engulfed in it. Like I had to tell patients, what this is good for, how this can help you.
Right.
And so I decided as well to kind of start doing little infusions here and there, whether it's with topicals, so like stuff like body butters and creams, oils, so you could cook with it, or just an infused meal, desserts as well. And it's been helping me and a few of my other friends that have their cards as well, to alleviate a lot of the pain and the stress that they're having and helping them sleep. And, sometimes, or not sometimes, but not everybody likes to smoke their high. Eating it is a great alternative. And it honestly is better for you anyway, because it lasts longer and you're not inhaling smoke. But it is just a nice form of kind of meditating and medicating, because you feel loose and calm and relaxed. And you can either feel focused, you can either feel tired. So it really depends.
Yeah, I am a firm believer in, everything has a purpose, and of course, some people, abuse different things, but in the pure form, I believe that it really do have some medicinal purposes. And I think that's the way that God intended it. So
absolutely.
hey.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
Hey, all right. This was I hope I'm not coming on as too forward, but I know you say you started because you wanted to, your mother wanted to do things naturally. How is she?
She's very, very well. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, she's actually on kind of like a little health retreat, taking care of herself right now. So getting herself really, really situated, because she actually moved back to Haiti.
Okay.
So she came here for a little bit, and now she's gone and taking care of herself, and she's going to come back, hang out for a little bit, and probably go back to her country and hang out.
Okay, that's good. I'm a huge believer in doing things the natural way.
Absolutely.
And we are so quick to run to medicine, and where it don't cure you. It masks symptoms,
Absolutely.
But you have to get at the root of the thing, and yeah,
Yeah.
we just rely too heavily on that end where the natural approach is good.
Exactly. And because what happens is they give you one prescription and then there's the side effects that you have to take
Yes.
for to help with that.
Yes. I mean, and it's like the side effect is some of the side effects is like worse than the ailment.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't make any sense. But I always
Right.
tell people, if you're healthy, they can't make money off of you. So it's up to
Exactly.
us,
Oh,
to
it's $1 billion business.
absolutely. Oh my goodness. It really truly is. So it is. It's up to us to just educate ourselves as best as we absolutely can. So that way we're doing what we feel is best for ourselves before we let
Mhm.
somebody else tell us. And of course,
Mhm.
you have to go to the professionals,
Yes.
of course, but you have to listen to your body because
Yes.
nobody else understands it better than you.
That's right. That is so true, especially being people of color,
Absolutely.
because we are, and I have a podcast about this, but we are heavily discriminated against in the healthcare sector. But yeah, like I said, I have another whole nother show on that already. So so what before we wrap up, I just I'm curious, what is the one thing that you get asked a lot from your family or friends or just whomever about being a vegan?
Okay, I know exactly what to answer. Okay. So the one thing that I get asked all the time or quite often, especially with being vegan 7 years, is do I miss it or do I miss
Mm.
like anything on the other side? Short answer, no. Because like I said before, I educated myself enough to where I really made a conscious decision that I was not going to go back and that I don't feel that it would. And I feel like I've kind of so there's this video, if you feel moved enough to watch it, because it is very, very gruesome and it is like, it's not for the faint of heart. I will
Mhm.
do that up and down. It's called Earthlings and it's on YouTube. And it shows you just how they take care of the animals when it comes to like the cows,
Mhm.
how they essentially kill the pigs and like how they it's just brutal. It's just horrible. And like the circuses and zoos and stuff. And I'm not necessarily against zoos because I know a lot of them do a lot of the rehabilitation,
Mhm.
but it's more so the exploitation of them where
Yeah.
training them really harshly and just poor conditions. But when I watched that and I was like, I don't want to be a part of it.
Mhm.
And, I feel like one way that I'm voting every day is with my dollar, with how I spend my money and where I spend my money. So it allowed me to be a lot more conscious of that. And that's why it's really easy for me to just be like, I don't miss it. Like I'm good. I've had it for, 20 plus years. Like I've had
Yeah.
everything on that end of the spectrum. I don't miss it. I've had my fun with it. I've moved on
Mhm.
in a different space. So I would say that's definitely something I get asked like
Okay.
pretty often.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Miss Jenny
Thank
Chicoye.
you.
And again, those of you who are listening, you can visit her. Go to her website. Her link tree is linktree/Buku Vegan. linktr.ee/BUKUVEGAN. I highly encourage everyone that is listening to the sound of my voice to go and check her out on Instagram. Do you have a Facebook? I know a lot of people don't have Instagram. Do you have a Facebook or no?
I do have Facebook. It's Buku Vegan.
Okay, yep. So again, I go to the link tree. It will link you to her different social media platforms, and yeah, check her out. Check her out. Order some things. Yeah. So thank you, Jenny. This has been
Thank you.
great.
This is fun. I feel great. I'm ready to do another podcast.
It's just the beginning, girl. I'm waiting for your YouTube channel. That's gonna be lit.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Excited.
that's gonna be lit. Yeah, just when I know you are a one-woman show right now.
Right now. Yes.
But yeah, so when you get that time, just go ahead and just do it.
Absolutely.
Just do it.
Thank you.
You are welcome. So, y'all, that's it for this one. We are done with the transition series, and we are going to come to you with a brand new series in May. My God, this year is going by quick.
It really is. Like, it's May or almost. I don't want to speed time up already.
All right. My Mother's Day coming up. I'm like, oh Lord, okay.
Not ready for that.
I'm right. It's so hard to shop for my mom in particular, but whatever. It's going to get done. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. Again, when you watch this, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast, no matter which platform that you watch it on. Share it, like it, so because this is information that we want to get out. Personally, I don't care about me personally. I don't care about like, oh, numbers. I want the numbers here and there. No, I want the information to go out. Okay. So it's some good information because we do have to take care of our bodies. We do. And yeah, we will see you next week. Again, Jenny, thank you. And I am looking forward to those goodies. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Bye. Kicking it with Kay and Clay. Kicking it with Kay and Clay.